Hi viewers, welcome back. This is Serpentstare. This is Magic 2014. And on this turn, I am actually going to be using that Monstrous Growth buff. How much does this cost? That's 5. Hang on. And this is 6. I could play this. Now, let's show off the Monstrous Growth. Put Monstrous Growth on my trampling creature, which means that even if it gets blocked by both of these, it would still do 5 damage to my opponent. Let's attack. That kind of gives him less, as I was just going to say, that kind of gives him less incentive to block that creature, because he's going to be taking damage from it anyway. So he just threw the zombie in front of it, and the bear and the zombie killed one another, and then he got hit for 8 by the spiked Baloth. But it's not going to stay that powerful. At the end step, it goes back to its normal because the buff fell off. What's this? Catacomb Slug. It's a 2/6. It's very defensive, but it's not particularly powerful. It can take a lot of damage, can't deal a lot of damage. And I can't block that, it's still flying. I take damage. He gains life.
Fight is a special action that causes creatures to deal damage directly to one another.
Right. Fight is an interesting little mechanic. It can only be targeted as far... It can only be well, it's an activated event, basically. Normally, when you attack with your creatures, you attack with all your creatures, and the defender chooses what to put in front of what, and who fights who. With Fight, you set up 2 creatures, and each one of them deals their damage to the other. Abilities like First Strike don't apply, as far as I know, because it's not actually combat. So if I were to play this and have my Spiked Baloth fight the Catacomb Slug, for instance, then the Spiked Baloth would deal it 4 damage, it would deal the Spiked Baloth 2 damage. That would actually be a bad idea for me, and I'd lose this. But I could use it to have the Spiked Baloth fight the Daggerdrome Imp, and it would kill the Daggerdrome Imp, and the Daggerdrome Imp would not be able to kill it, even though it can't normally block fires, because it's not combat, it's just a fight. And that only costs 1, so I could also play Bountiful Harvest in the same turn. So let's do that. That Daggerdrome Imp has been causing me a little bit of annoyance. Let's get rid of it. Okay. He does still gain the life, though, because the Daggerdrome Imp damaged my creature. And lifelink applies whenever it deals combat damage to anything. Which I think they still deal combat damage to one another. Right. So I think Death Touch also still works. Death Touch is another ability which basically goes, if you hit something with any amount of damage, whatever you hit dies. Unless it's a player. Players aren't creatures. Any creature that gets hit by an attack by a Death Touch creature dies. I play Bountiful Harvest. I will gain 6 life because I have 6 land, which puts me back up past my maximum. Sorry, my starting point. There is no actual maximum for how much life you can have, we just start at 20. Farbog Boneflinger. When Farbog Boneflinger enters the battlefield, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. So, it's a 2/2, but when it enters the battlefield, it can give something -2 power, -2 toughness. And any creature that is reduced to 0 toughness, by damage, by debuff, any reason at all, immediately dies. Unless it's indestructible. Prey Upon. Cool. I will play the Alpha Tyrannax, and then I don't have enough mana to use Prey Upon, which is a pity, because if I did, I could instigate a fight even though this has Summoning Sickness. Walking Corpse, it's just another zombie. Enlarge. Target creature gets +7/+7 and gains trample until end of turn. It must be blocked this turn if able. Now that is a mean little ability. And I can play it plus Prey Upon on this turn. So, my creature is going to prey upon the one defender that has enough toughness to eat its attack. And then, I'll enlarge it. Now, it's a 13/10. If he blocks with both of his creatures, then he can survive this turn. If he doesn't, well, he won't. For some reason, the game isn't letting me choose which one to damage first. It's supposed to do that, but, I don't know, maybe it's because those two are the same. Maybe that's a feature that's left out of the game. He was able to choose which defender to hit first. No, not him. The previous opponent was. When I was attacking him with a big creature. Or when he was attacking me, rather. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, what's this? It's another Prey Upon, but I don't have a creature on my side to cast it on, so I'll just have to continue. Yes, I did. Wow. Huh. I was not paying attention. Well, there's me. I don't know why. Apparently, for some reason, I was just in my blind spot and I stopped being able to see it for a moment. Oh well. The game lasts one more turn. That's fine. He has 9 lands. And he's not gonna cast anything. Wow. I guess I was supposed to win last turn. Well, I'll attack with this, hit him for 6, and that will end the game. There we go. Serpent Stare wins. Yet again. So, that was sorceries. Come back next time for enchantments.